Here's something that might surprise you. While most people are struggling with regular jobs, a select group of Floridians are making serious cash by doing what sounds like something out of an action movie: hunting down massive invasive snakes. And one hunter just proved exactly how lucrative this dangerous profession can be. Meet Brian Hargrove, who just walked away with a cool $1,000 after single-handedly removing 63 Burmese pythons from Florida's ecosystem during the month of August alone. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this bounty system actually solving the invasive species crisis? Or are we just putting a band-aid on a much bigger environmental disaster? The South Florida Water Management District has been running their Python Elimination program throughout 2025, and the results are both impressive and somewhat alarming. Think about it. If individual hunters are finding this many snakes in just 1 month, how many thousands more are still slithering through Florida's wetlands undetected? Hargrove's August victory adds to what's becoming a competitive field of python elimination. The program operates on a simple but effective premise. Whoever removes the most invasive pythons each month takes home $1,000. It's like a deadly version of a fishing tournament, except the stakes involve protecting an entire ecosystem. So far this year, dedicated hunters have successfully eliminated 245 pythons through this initiative. With 4 months remaining in 2025, program officials are anticipating that number will climb significantly higher. But here's what most people miss. These numbers represent just a fraction of the estimated python population that's wreaking havoc on Florida's native wildlife. The competition has been fierce throughout 2025, with hunters pushing each other to new limits. July's champion, Aaron Mann, set an almost unbeatable record by capturing an astounding 87 pythons in a single month. This makes Hargrove's 63 snake haul the second highest achievement of the year. No small feat, considering the skill and dedication required for this dangerous work. Let's break down the year's winners and see just how intense this competition has become. January kicked off with Kyle Perry nabbing 28 pythons, followed by Kevin Pavlidis in February with 18 captures. Perry struck again in March, though with a smaller haul of 12 snakes. April saw Andre Brown step up with 8 eliminations, while May brought Donna Khalil into the spotlight with 16 successful hunts. June's winner Matt Kodo managed to capture 13 pythons before July's record-breaking performance by Aaron Mann. Now August belongs to Brian Hargrove, setting up what promises to be an exciting final 4 months of competition. But here's where the real controversy begins, and this is the part that's got environmental experts divided. While these hunters are undoubtedly making a positive impact, some critics argue that the $1,000 monthly prize isn't nearly enough incentive to attract the number of hunters needed to make a real dent in the python population. Others question whether a competitive approach might encourage quantity over quality, potentially leading to less thorough elimination efforts. For those intrigued by the possibility of combining environmental protection with earning potential, the South Florida Water Management District welcomes new participants. Getting involved requires visiting their official Python program webpage at sfwmd.gov/Python program, where aspiring hunters can learn about certification requirements, safety protocols, and participation guidelines. The process isn't as simple as grabbing a stick and heading into the swamp. Successful python hunting requires specialized knowledge about snake behavior, proper handling techniques, and understanding of Florida's complex wetland ecosystems. Participants must complete training programs and obtain proper certification before they're eligible to compete for monthly prizes. What makes this program particularly fascinating is how it transforms an environmental crisis into an economic opportunity. Burmese pythons, which can grow up to 20 feet long and weigh over 200 pounds, have been devastating Florida's native animal populations for decades. These apex predators consume everything from birds and mammals to alligators, disrupting food chains that took thousands of years to establish. The question that's sparking heated debate among environmentalists is this: should we be relying on individual bounty hunters to solve what's essentially a government-created problem? After all, these pythons didn't appear in Florida naturally. They're the result of decades of inadequate regulations on exotic pet ownership and imports. Some argue that the state should be investing millions more in professional elimination teams rather than depending on monthly competitions. Others contend that the current system harnesses the power of individual motivation and local knowledge in ways that top-down government programs never could. What's your take on this approach? Do you think paying individual hunters $1,000 monthly prizes is an innovative solution to invasive species management? Or should Florida be taking more aggressive, large-scale action? And here's the real question that might make you uncomfortable. If these competitions are working so well, why are we still finding dozens of pythons every single month? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Are you Team Bounty Hunter, or do you believe this problem requires a completely different approach? The debate is just getting started, and your perspective could change how we think about environmental protection in the 21st century.